Hi guys, welcome to my ExYou channel. This is Nancy from nancybatijo.com and welcome to another ExYou tutorial. On today's video, I'm going to tell you 3 things you should do to increase your ExYou sales when your ExYou tags are no longer working for you. So if this is your first time visiting my ExYou channel and you are currently an ExYou seller or maybe thinking of becoming an ExYou seller, or let's say you already have a handmade business, this is the channel for you. I upload weekly videos to help you build a thriving business. So make sure that you go ahead and click on that subscribe button. So let's go ahead and get started on this tutorial. The reason why I wanted to make this video was from a conversation I had today on my ExYou seller support group. And this sparked a conversation between a couple people that messaged me privately as well, wanting to know what I meant by running promoted listings for your competitive keywords. And I kind of wanted to break it down in a video because sometimes through a text or through a private message, there's so much you could put and it's just a lot. And then when you're talking to multiple people, it just makes it easier for me to create a video to share the information not only with those individuals but with everyone to kind of help you guys out. So let's go ahead and get started. So tip number 1 is if you are in a competitive niche and it's very hard for you to find keywords that you could rank organically. Ranking organically means that when somebody goes to Etsy and they type in a keyword, your listing pops up and you didn't pay any type of advertising for your listing to appear in the first page of Etsy search results. Now, in order for you to appear in the first page of Etsy search results, 2 things have to be met. One, maybe you are in a niche that's not too competitive, so therefore when people look for those specific tags, your listing pops up in the first page of Etsy. Or 2 is based on your Etsy listing quality score. Whenever you put in a new listing on Etsy, that particular listing has a neutral score. And Etsy gives it a score based on different algorithm factors. It's based on the engagement it received, it's based on how many people clicked on it, how many people liked the product, and how many people purchased from you. It's also based on other things in your shop. Whether you have good reviews, whether you don't have any strikes against your store, and a whole bunch of other lists. All these different factors play a role of that quality score. That's why you'll see that some listings pop up on the first page of Etsy with no advertising. They just organically appear even though there's millions of listings. So how does Etsy decide to put that listing in the first page but put other people's listings on the bottom? The bottom ones usually are the ones that got no traction, no engagement, no likes, maybe the photo's not that great. So therefore, after a certain time, those listings get pushed down. And the ones that normally stay on the first or second page of Etsy are the ones that got the most traction, the most engagement, likes, buys, etc. Now, if you didn't get any of those and the listing score of that particular item is low, the other alternative to be found in the first page of Etsy and be placed in a higher ranking is to do promoted listings. And promoted listings, you have the option to bid. And the bid is the amount that you are willing to pay for a click for that particular listing. So you could say, I want to pay 10 cents per click, or I want to pay only 25 cents per click. And you have the right to do that. However, if you're using a keyword, let's say you use the keyword wedding invite, and that particular keyword is very competitive. So for instance, this keyword it comes up with 148,000 other people are using that keyword. In order for your listing to appear, you will have to pay the regular cost per click. You will not be able to pay 10 cents per click or put a bid of 25 cents a click and think your listing will appear up here. It's not going to. Because what X is going to do, they're going to prioritize who's paying more and who's paying less. People that pay the actual cost per click, which in this case is $3.55, are going to be placed on the top of the search engine for Etsy. They're going to be in the first, second, or third page. However, people that say I just want to pay 25 cents per click, you're still going to run ads, but you're not going to most likely you will not appear in the first page of Etsy. They're still going to push you down. And it almost defeats the purpose of spending money, because if no one is seeing your potential listing as much as possible, because you want to be cheap and pay 25 cents per click when other people are willing to pay, let's say, the 3.55 per click, it doesn't really help you. So when you are using a keyword that's very competitive, or you are in a niche that no matter what you do, no matter how much you search for keywords and you can't find any, the other alternative is to pay the regular cost per click. But just keep in mind that you are going to pay a little bit more, but you'll get more impressions, more views, more clicks. So that is an alternative that you could do in order to get your shop more impressions, more views, and drive tons of traffic. Otherwise, if you just use the keywords are too competitive, your listings get buried in the search results. So you barely get any views, you barely get any clicks, and you won't make any sales. And if you do, it might be an occasional here and there. So that's tip number 1. Pay regular cost per click. Do not put a bid on that listing and test it out. Now, the biggest thing about when you are doing Etsy promoted listing is all through experience. You have to do it to understand how it works. I could tell you till I'm blue, but until you start doing it and practicing it, then you start figuring it out and realizing, oh, I see what she means. So remember, nothing can substitute experience. Nothing. No one could tell you it's better if you do it. However, just keep that in mind. Tip number 1 is pay regular full price of cost per click, and therefore your listings will get the traffic that you want. And if you have a great presentation of your product, so if your product photography is amazing and you have great customer service and you have amazing products, the sales will come in. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is that if you are in a competitive niche, you almost have to take it upon yourself to do a social media strategy. You cannot just rely on Etsy. So therefore, if you are in a competitive niche that a lot of people sell on Etsy, and maybe you don't want to spend as much on Etsy ads, and you are in the bottom search results, the next step is to strategize a plan and grow social media and drive free traffic to your shop. And you could do that by picking 1 or 2 platforms. Maybe you want to do Pinterest and Instagram. Maybe you want to do Facebook and Pinterest. You don't necessarily have to do all of them, especially if you don't have time, because it can be very consuming. And it's a lot harder to learn 4 platforms at once than it is to take one, learn that one, and then scale to another one. It's a lot easier to say, okay, I'm going to start with Instagram. Once I know what I'm doing there, I'll move to Facebook. Once I kind of have the whole thing about Facebook, I'll move to Pinterest. But if you don't know all of them, don't put yourself in, don't get overwhelmed trying to learn so many. Just pick 1 or 2. If I had to recommend any to you guys, I would say Facebook and Pinterest. I use Instagram as well, and it's a great tool, but Facebook only because it is a business platform, and you could do Facebook ads later, and Pinterest because Pinterest would drive tons of free organic traffic if done properly. So those will be like my top 2 if you had to start with just 2 or maybe just 1. So making sure that you just don't upload a listing and just sit back and say, okay, well, I'm just going to wait for the sales. You're going to have to create a content marketing strategy. You're going to have to create a calendar for your content. You're gonna have to engage with your community. You're gonna have to find your audience, find your tribe, people that are interested in your products. You're gonna have to promote it in different ways. Promote, giveaways. You're gonna have to do like Tuesday tip, or I want it Wednesday and put a picture, or Throwback Thursday, maybe you put a picture of something you did last year. But just keeping people engaged with your products and services through social media to leverage social media and drive traffic to your Etsy shop. For instance, from one of my accounts from Pinterest, I drive about 7 to about 12,000 people per month to my Etsy shop just using Pinterest alone. So just using those type of social media platforms to drive the traffic that you're not getting from Etsy. So that's tip number 2, strategizing social media, using different platforms and creating content around your products and services. Number 3 is a blog. I talk about this all the time. I know it's time consuming. However, if you want to scale your business to the next level, having a blog is very crucial, it's very important to have one. Sooner or later, if you're a new Etsy seller and you don't want to open one yet because there's so many things to learn, that's fine. But sooner or later, I recommend having your own blog. Blogs is just a terrific way to drive unlimited traffic. You're not competing with other Etsy shops. You don't have to worry about them landing on your page and Etsy recommending products from a different store. You don't have to worry about that. And you could create an e-commerce platform on your blog and have them buy directly from your blog, or you could have them land on the landing page where you collect their emails, and from there you transfer them over to your Etsy shop. Now, with the blog, you could do so many things. If you sell wedding invites, you could do a blog article. This like, for instance, this is an example: the top 10 trending wedding invites for 2019. And then what you do is you create an article and you put the top 10, and the top 10 are from your site, right? Because you sell wedding invites. And you do a whole article about it. You put the top 10, you do a nice Pinterest pin, you pin it on Pinterest, you do a social media, you put it on Instagram, let's say, or you put it on Facebook. And then from there, you're going to get traffic from Google. When somebody searches top wedding invites for 2019 or top trending invites, your blog post will pop up. And based on your keyword research, let's say 38,000 people search for wedding invites. That's 38,000 people that might find your blog. Or let's say that, I don't know, the monthly volume is 50,000 people search for wedding invites. Then that's how many people, will potential that you could drive to your blog. And for instance, if you go to Google, and you were to type in wedding invites, let's see how many people actually search for it. So it's a little bit more. It's 153,000 or 153 million people that search for wedding invites. And the cost per bid is not that much. It's $3.55. So yeah, I mean the results, I'm sorry, it's 153 million. The search is 44,000 a month. I apologize for that. I was looking at the wrong number. And your cost per bid is $3.55, which is not too bad. But that's the potential people that you could send to your blog. And if you were to run Google AdWords, and Google AdWords is when you run ads on your blog, if you were to run Google AdWords, you will pay $3.55 to be put in the first page of Google, so your actual blog could appear here. But when you appear here, this is how many people might see the article: 44,000 people. So imagine if you create a blog, you put the top trending wedding invites, you run ads on that. So you spend, let's say, $100, and you say, okay, I'm going to spend the $3.55 per click. Every time somebody clicks on it, it's a potential person that might go to your website. But you got 44,000 people that are going to see that blog, and hopefully they'll click, head over to your blog. From there, maybe you collect an email, and then from there, when they click on one of the invites, it takes them directly to Etsy, or you could sell it directly in your store. So having that control of driving additional traffic besides the Exy platform, driving Google traffic or Bing or Yahoo, or doing social media and driving traffic from Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook. These are ways that you could do to optimize your store, make more sales, and really, really scale your business. But those three things are very, very important. So, one was, just pay. If you're in a competitive niche, you've done all your SEO, you can't find new keywords, I highly recommend doing just paying for regular price for your cost per click. Just saying, okay, I'm going to pay $4 per click, and testing it out and see how it works. Now, if that doesn't work, then you're going to have to measure what you're selling. Are you pricing it correctly? Are your photos really good? Are they okay? Because that could also prevent from someone buying from you. The second one was strategizing with social media, creating a marketing standoff point using social media, creating a calendar, having trending months, trending holidays in the calendar. So just stuff like that. And then the third one was having a blog. Having a blog, in my opinion, out of all three, is the best one. Well, the first and the third one. Social media, it's a lot of investing, but it is important as well. But the blog could scale your business to a whole different level. It's gonna open more opportunities. You're gonna be able to grow your email list. You're gonna be able to do more stuff on your blog. You could do advertising. You could do Google AdSense and make passive income. There's so many things you could do with it. And with the Exy, when you pay the regular cost per click, your listings will appear in the first and second page of Exy. So therefore, you would drive more traffic to your shop. So these are the three tips that I recommend that are going to help you when your Exy SEO is no longer working, or you feel like you already have used all, you have done the research, you can't find tags that are not too competitive. This is the way to go. I hope that this tutorial was helpful and it kind of explained what I was talking about earlier. Guys, if you want to join my Facebook group, I'm gonna leave it linked below this video, as well in the comment section, and you could post any questions there you have, any advice that you need, or any questions you have. And we have a collective group of people of about 8,000 people right now that will be willing to help you and give you tips and share their ideas, etc. So make sure that you subscribe. Make sure also that we connect on Instagram. I am at Nancy Badillo 13. I will link it below as well. Let's connect there. I always upload whatever I put on YouTube. I upload it there, so that way you can also stay tuned with whatever new videos that I have. And don't forget to like this video, to comment, and to share this video. Please, guys, help me out and share this video. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day.